And I heard an old rumble going on outside, and check this out. Look at what Mama decided to bring by. And there she be. 1923 Ford T-Bucket.
Okay.
With a Chevy 350 from a 1977 Chevy Corvette. So Mama's getting some new taillights in her 23T. And let me flip the old camera so you can see what the difference is gonna be. So we're going from the old gaslight lamp 23T traditional style and form into something a little more vintage and not so turn of the century.
A little more playful.
A little more playful. So Mama's just figuring out how to get the old ones disassembled so we can figure out a mounting bracket in order to put the new ones on. But it's gonna look way better.
Action.
All right, no turning back. Oh! Ow! I feel a sting in my heart. But fortunately, we got everything else we need in the other one. So, it's all good. What you got? Now you have to do it. You seriously have to do it now. Our buddy Aaron stopped by and gave us some shop warming gifts. Ooh. What you know about that drag tire? And it's a Hoosier. Amazing. All right, so it's about time we make some new brackets for this, because those just aren't gonna fly. We're changing up the whole look, so we're going to get that bracket out, design up some new ones, and freshen them up, paint them, you know, make it look better. So let's get to it. The term work smarter, not harder doesn't always apply, because sometimes you just want to like get stuff going because you get anxious, you get all excited. And I'm gonna take that down because it's right in my way. And I was trying to work around it, and it's probably not the smartest move. And there she is, folks. That thing was jammed up in there. It was like behind this pan, and there was little parts right next to each other and blah, 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 but we got her out. So we're gonna pull this one, take some measurements, pull the other one, and then we'll start fabricating some new brackets. One of the great things about these T-buckets is that they're pretty standard and pretty basic with how everything goes together, and so it makes for modifications and upgrades and repairs quite easy. But you can also tell that the previous owner had I don't know if he didn't decide or couldn't decide on where he wanted his lights, or he messed up, or someone backed into it or something like that. But it's been worked on a few times. At least on this side. This side's good. That side, not so much. No bueno. All right, now that we got these brackets off, we're going to get some measurements for our holes for our new brackets and for the wires to go through. And then we are actually going to reuse these brackets for the bottom side. We already have some that we took off from the top side. The only thing is that these suckers are on there, so I'm gonna have to bring this thing to the Thunderdome to get it to come off. And we're gonna try and do it as easily and nicely as possible, because we may still want to use these for another project. So let's do it. Little leverage. These things are not gonna come off. Oh, gosh dang it. Ooh. Yeah, that's definitely on there. Oh. I'm not a little guy either. So whoever put those on, they didn't want their taillights falling off. Beautiful. Safety second. Well, fun first. Safety second. All right, so we got our metal cut out from a piece of scrap we had laying around, and yeah, well, not the cleanest job, but whatever. And then we're gonna actually just polish her up a little bit before we put our stencil on or start mapping out our stencil to cut. So let's get to it. All right, so I'm going to do something that might not make sense to a whole lot of people, but I never claimed to be an expert. But this is just kind of how my brain functions and works for me. But we're just going to do some tracing, draw some lines, and see how this works out as we build brackets. But I figure if we utilize those two lines, draw across, throw down one in the center, map it out, be at the edge as much as possible, and we can always clean this up with the grinder if needed. And then be at the edge as much as possible on this one, center up the line in the holes. This will give us a starting point for kind of drawing out just the rest of the brackets. Because from here, we can always go to our center point here, So if that is, and this is just my ADD, guys, so be patient with me. But if we have a hole in there, and then we go to the center of that hole, mark off our center point for where the bottom of the bracket's gonna be, you know, just kind of, we're gonna wing it. We're gonna make this work. I mean, it's been a while, actually. I'm a little rusty in the metal work action, but, and it could be a lot easier some other way. I mean, hey, drop in the comments if there is, and we'll go from there. But I'm gonna make this work, and we'll see what we come up with. Okay, so I know that was probably a little confusing. I don't know, I confuse myself sometimes, but mathematics just sometimes don't make sense to me, so I just kind of go with what my ADD mind goes to. But for the most part, that kind of gives me a general idea of what I need to match up both sides. It'll look somewhat similar. I can drill out a lot of those holes. I just need to curve out the mounts for the back of the bulb, or the back of the taillight assembly, because it does have the electrical cables in the way. So I just need to curve it out high enough to where that's not going to get in the way. So I'm going to figure out how to do all that, and then I'm going to start cutting these things. And, well, not the taillights, because these are badass, but the brackets, and then start bending them in our handy dandy vise, which is right there, and seriously just see what happens. But I think it's going to come out okay. It looks pretty good so far. So, or it looks like crap. I don't know. Who cares? I mean, whatever. We're having fun. So let's do it. All right. So there's the basis of it. I mean, you're only going to see this portion, even barely. But I figure some of it's got to look good. Some of it's going to get bent. And then, I mean, you'll see when it's all done. It makes sense in my head. It may be a total flop and I may have to start all over again, but who knows? This is how you learn, right? So once I have that one traced out or cut out, then I can trace the other one out and then cut that one out as well. But we're going to start off with some drills, and we're going to drill out our holes. So that way, and even probably drill into some of these radiuses, you know, to make it easier on the cutting aspect. And then we'll see what it looks like after that. Charge your batteries, folks, or else you gotta use drills like this to keep the stuff rolling. It's all right though. Milwaukee's got good charging time. We'll get back to her. But in the meantime, we're going to utilize some garbage tooling. Now, like I said, I didn't claim to be a mathematician, nor did I claim to be a metal worker. Yet, this is what we've come up with. And, I mean, it works for me and the tools that I have. So this way, I can get in there with the grinder, do all the straight cuts. I have another grinder that I can use, a bench grinder, to, you know, kind of smooth out all the edges and whatnot. I'm going to do the best I can to cut around this one. That way we can trace out our second one, and we'll call it good. And I know the second stencil wasn't necessary. It was what was going on in my head when I was thinking about building this. But for now, you know, whatever, it works. Well, in raw form, there she is. She ain't pretty. She's uneven. God knows if it's going to bend well, but it's what the bench grinder's for. So I'm going to try and even some of this stuff out and then we'll heat her up, bend her, and see if she actually works. I mean, it'd be cool if it does. And I'm sure there was way many other methods and whatnot that I could use to make this a lot easier, but hey, it worked for me, and I'm learning, and yeah, we'll keep it going. All right, guys, and there she is. She's ugly, she's uneven, but you know what? I don't see it as a failure because you can't learn unless you fail. And it still looks all right, and it's going to function, and quite honestly, the only section that you're going to see is going to be like right in here. The rest of it's all hidden. So, so long as it clears the lights, it'll be good. So I'm going to trace the other one out, and then go ahead and bend this one up, and then see where we're at from there. Now, this isn't exactly what I was thinking of when I was saying I need to bend it, but once again, you gotta use what you got, and it'll do the job. So, after making that bend and lining it up, it's got, you know, just the right angle to where it's gonna pop the light out just a little bit. So that'll work. And I know there's probably some more grinding and stuff and fine tuning that I can do, which is, I am gonna do that. I just don't feel it necessary for me to sit here and constantly film all the mistakes. So I am gonna grind on it some more. But I think, and I do like where it's headed, and I just want to get at least one done so we can move on to the next. All right, so now that we got the basis of our bracketry mapped out, we're gonna cut out this other side. But I'm gonna do it a little different. Yeah, I know. I don't have a bandsaw and I don't have a plasma cutter, so we're just trying to work with what we got. I mean, it's got a thick metal bit on it. It's not that thick of metal, so I'm really hoping that it'll scream right through it. And I mean, if it doesn't, it doesn't. If it does, it does. We'll see what happens. We're just gonna try it. Let's do it. All right, that was way quicker just to get it to this point. I mean, I know that's not the most conventional way, but seriously, like, it's a thick metal bit. It functioned just to get me to the raw form. I can grind it, smooth it out, you know, do all that good stuff after, which is what I'm gonna do right now. And I mean, it functioned. That's all that matters. So, because I want to get these things back on the car, and that way we can enjoy it. So, ever since I was in high school in welding class, this was always my favorite sound and thing to do ever. Oh yeah. Love that sound. Comment below if you agree. All right, second one is done. It's ugly. It's probably not even and straight, but I don't give a crap. It works and it functions for what I need it for. And plus, you only are going to see this front piece right here. The bends, all that crap, you're not going to see it. So all that's tucked away. So long as it's somewhat decent, it's going to be painted. Actually, we're going to lay down paint right now, and you won't see much of it. I mean, honestly, anything's going to be better than the old gas lantern lights that we had on there before. So if we can just make it function and work, then I'm happy. All right, let's go to the old paint store. See what we got, because we're gonna throw some paint down on these suckers. We're going for black. Nope, don't want undercoating. And Fusion Krylon and Dollar Store. Yep, nope, we're going that route. Oh yeah, always shake your cans. Remember, first coat, little dab will do ya. Oh crap. And always flip your cans. I forgot, I got anxious. I'm telling you guys, I have no patience when it comes to paint. It's like watching paint dry. Okay, it's good. Perfect. Seriously, zero patience. Now, I never claimed to be no electrician, but from what I gathered on the old intranet is that the yellow wires are for brake, black is for running, and green is for ground. Now, of course, these are all set up dual on this side, single on that side. So I'm just gonna get under and just make sure. I'm pretty sure it's just that they all link up together, especially because these are so simple and basic. And then we're gonna wait a little longer for the freaking paint to dry, and then we can slap those things on there and possibly call it good. And as I suspected, it all does link up. Oh, right to that. So we're good. All right, so Mama is here. So we're gonna jump on wiring up and putting these brackets on. So we're making our own gaskets out of some 3M electrical tape. I believe this is splicing tape. It's pretty thick. So we're just gonna put that around just the top mounting areas, and then we'll just cut the holes out with a razor, and that way it's not gonna beat up the paint, even though you won't see the paint, doesn't matter. We just wanna make sure we have something for it so it's protected. Bracket number 1 going in. So the mounting system that we are using for the new ones are actually, I mean, it's basically just going in reverse to how we took them out. There was those two fittings that we had, one for the inside top, one for the bottom, and we're just basically putting them back on the same exact way, just different brackets. Brackets are on, and they do not look too bad once they're on. That's pretty rad. Nice and sturdy. Boom. Good job, Mama. Time to wire these suckers. Boom.
A little bit more?
Yeah, a little more. Because those two were going to tie in together. Which is the cool setup that they actually did on this when they built it, which was tying that light wiring to this light wiring. So it actually kind of makes it simple. It's all pretty prehistoric, OG hot rod style building, and makes it easy for people like us who are just weekenders on doing this stuff. Okay, we're gonna refer back to our handy dandy diagram of how we're gonna wire these suckers up, and we'll see if we can make some magic happen. Oh, yep. Oh, we actually need to cut a little wire off on that one. It's a little too long. So I'd cut it down a little. Yeah, perfect. Oh, boom. Like biscuits and gravy. Mama says she needs her shop boy. Harry!
Not yet.
This is how quickly he comes when called. Boom! All reliable! Hey, we need shop boy in a few minutes. Where'd you go? Where? Oh, there you are.
I'm right here.
Okay, perfect. Not right now, but soon. I just wanted to prove to the viewers on how quickly you're on it.
Yeah, shop boy.
Shop boy.
Shop boy.
Boom. No, I wasn't lying when I said that we're not claiming to be electricians, because there's a whole stack of terminal graveyard going on over here. But we're getting it, and she's going on. Sometimes you gotta bust out all nubby, or shorty, or stubby. I don't know, whatever she likes to call it.
Nubs.
Yeah, nubs. That works.
The nubulator.
The nubster.
Nubulator.
Nubulator 5000. Oh.
Nubulator 2.5.
Ooh, yeah. That really turned me on. Sorry.
You're relating.
Nah, I'm good. And it's in. We still need to clean up the wiring, which is last on the agenda. Well, actually, testing it is first, and then cleaning up the wiring's last, but damn! That looks good. Way better. Way sleeker. Stoked. And as you can see, you only see that little portion of the bracket, so.
We'll use a lot less kerosene now.
A lot less kerosene. Our gas bill is gonna go down exponentially. And for the electrical test, to see if we passed our exam, oh! We have running lights. Oh, actually, no, those are brake. We are electricians. Kind of. The only thing, oh! That is sick. I am so happy right now. That is amazing.
Except I'm not. Right.
So we may need to reverse our wiring. But
Wait, what comes on when I do this? Wait. What's on now?
nothing.
Nothing. So that's the running light. So let me push the brake.
So that's running lights, which is nothing. So brake lights puts on the bottom, and then what put on the stop?
That was pulling the headlight switch.
Okay, so we're just reversed. So I'd like to say thank you to all the other YouTube channels and the actual manufacturer for telling me different. So we're gonna swap those and see what happens. But I'm just stoked we have power and I don't smell any burning.
No.
So that's good. Oh yeah, and by the way, look at her gas tank. Sick! Just had to throw that out there. Now, as you could tell by my excitement, I'm not good with electrical on vehicles. Never have been. Even with motorcycles. A lot of times it's like, just do it and hope it functions and works. And maybe I'll get lucky. And that was a win in my book because, like I said, nothing burned down. The hot rod is still in one piece. And all it needs is a swap. So Mama's working on that. And I think once we get those swapped over, we'll be golden. And we just tuck the wires away, make her look pretty again, and we'll be good. We'll call it good. And as far as I'm concerned, this diagram can suck it. That's right.
Okay. You okay back there? You okay back there?
I'm good. All right. Wire swapped. Engage. And I took the key out. And to tell you the truth, I'll show you guys what the deal is with that. Because getting the key in this, when you first get in, is a little bit difficult. There is running lights.
Brake lights?
There is the stoppity stoppers. Boom. We are good and golden.
Tell me now.
Nice.
Are they off?
The running lights are on.
Okay.
The brake lights are off. Brakes
Off?
off. Brakes are off.
Okay. So that hang-up's
Gone.
I hope so.
Nice. So before our brake lights used to stick on, and it looks like maybe it's polarity, maybe it's voltage. I don't know what the deal is, but it looks like now we don't have to pull back on our brake lever every time
On?
you step on it. Brake lights on.
Off?
Off.
On? Or off?
Off.
Perfect.
We're good to go and golden. So now we're just gonna tighten up these wires. We left them long just in case we decided to do something with them later. Or, you know, if we ever sell the car, then someone has more wires to work with what they want to do with. So we're gonna tighten those up. And then she's good. And then the T, the little bucket of sunshine, can be back on the road. Sweet. Okay, so here's our new wiring diagram. And as you can see by my amazing mathematics, yes, I did go to college for that. We just did a swap. Black went to yellow and green went to black. And that reversed it to where everything's functioning just fine. Now, Mama made a good point. There is a chance that it was the original builder who threw that down the way that it did. It definitely wasn't like the manufacturer and whatnot. I did research it quite a bit before, but luckily it was a simple fix. So we're good to go. And then just so you guys know, that's right there below your crotch is where you put the key in. That's the keyhole. So it's a little on the difficult side when you're in there and you haven't done your stretches before driving this thing to get the key in. But it functions, it's out of the way. And quite honestly, if you didn't know it, you wouldn't even think it's there. So, and there she is, all cleaned up, tucked away. I mean, you can still see some of the wires, but I mean, hell, you can see the whole freaking engine, so what does it matter? And quite honestly, for something that we made just out of scrap metal, laying around, it looks pretty damn good. All right, took it one step further, had this stuff laying around the shop. And now it looks that much cleaner. Whereas Mama says, it looks like it.
Like it.
Or legit. If you're from the streets, it's legit. If you're from the hood, it's lag it. Shop boy! Oh, he's taking a little longer this time. He must be, oh, yep, there's the tablet. That explains it. We got some tools for you to put away because guess what? The tea bucket's done, boy!
Nice.
Come on. Great thing about having kids that love mechanics and tools and that also have OCD is that they can help clean up afterwards. Boy! Thanks, Shop Boy. Shop Boy approves.
Carry the 9 on my car,
Yeah.
please. Actually,
On the
Thumbs
gas
up
tank,
from
then you
Harry.
can stick her up more.
alright.
Clear prop.
Stop. Running lights. Running lights and stop. Woo!
Wait, when I push stop, does it go stop go away?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we don't have to pull that back anymore.
Cool.
Sweet! Oh, and this shirt looks like a sausage casing. That's amazing. Being fat's fun. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for the T-Bucket brake light replacement, swap, switch, whatever you want to call it. You know, I hope you guys liked it. I mean, I'm sure there are some things that could have been done differently. I'm sure there's going to be opinions, but it works for us, you know, with what we got. We're just a little home shop. We're not trying to go professional. We're just trying to make it work for us. But I'm stoked. I like how it looks. I'm really pumped on it. So I hope you guys like it too. Please like, subscribe, share. We're just starting this channel, so the more you guys can help, the better. And thank you guys for watching, especially those who trucked it out throughout the whole thing. And yeah, we'll probably be doing some more stuff with this car. Matter of fact, we're already starting to do some repairs on the door that have been much needed, and probably not going to be long enough to need to make a video on it, quite honestly. But we are going to tighten that up. And then yeah, next up, some shocks, because these are a little bit worn out, and we'll go from there. So like I said, like, share, subscribe. Thank you guys. See ya.